Hi, this is Chris Locke from Division 764 in Melville, and today we're covering CATS and a beginner's guide of how to use it. Seniority inquiry. This is something you might want to keep an eye on, see if there's different places you want to bounce around into or try out different terminals. We put in WB, BK, and that lists all the brakemen for Western Canada. Now we want to break it down a little bit more. So we'll put Melville, we'll put our district, 36, and MV for Melville, hit enter. And this shows us everybody that's listed as a conductor on the seniority list here in Melville. We can find that out for other terminals as well. We want to take a look at Edmonton. We want to take a look anywhere else in the system. You just put in the numbers, and then you put in the station location or the sub-district, and it lists you all the people in there. Now if I wanted to find out where I sit in a different terminal, I can put in my PIN number, press enter, and if I went to Edmonton, there would be my position. This is the guy that would be right below me. If I was to decide I wanted to go to Vancouver, shows me where I would basically be able to hold when I go to Vancouver. The next one, number 4, PLD allocations. This tells you if you can even take a PLD. So let's say I want to take a PLD in the next few days. So what I need to put in is I'm in Melville, so I put 36 MV and I put BK for brakeman, because as a conductor we all fall under the brakeman category. So I put that number in and I press enter, and it shows me for the year of 2018, the month 5, so May. This is 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Here's the allocation. So there's 5 available on just about every single day this month. CN's got 5 positions they've allocated for you to take for PLDs. Now the next category here is assigned. So 3 people have bidded on taking PLDs on the 1st. And my day, I said the 15th I wanted a PLD. And here I can see, yeah, I can take that PLD. There's 3 still available on the 15th. There's 4 still available on the 16th. One more thing about this screen, if you want to look into the future, let's say you wanted in October to take a PLD. Well, conductors, we can book them all year long anytime. So we take a look in October and we can see allocations still 5 every single day. And a few people have already started booking their PLDs into October. So if you want to book for the future, you can do that. Here's the total allotted PLDs for the month, 155 at the bottom. And so far 21 people have booked PLDs for October. Number 6, call board report. You might already be familiar with this screen. We load it up, and this is all the people that have been called for trains within the terminal. So here's just rolling through the screen. You're probably already aware of it. If you want to see the yard spare board or the yard call report, have to come back to this main screen. We change it from MV to MY. And then you can still go into number 3 for train service. You go into number 2 for yard service, whichever one, but I'll use number 3 because I always do. Train service, and then I'm going to go to call board, number 6. And we can see now we're changed over to MY, which is Melville Yard. And when we pull it up, it's going to show us any details of people assigned to the yard. So this is going to be our yard masters currently on duty. If there was a belt pack working, we would have see their names in there as well. Next screen is number 7, terminal lineup inquiry. Now this is where you find out what's going to be going or what's planned to be going spare. So let's say number here we can pick road or yard. So I'm going to leave that blank because if I'm on the spare board I want to know everything. Vacancies only, I'm going to leave that blank. I want to enter in my craft code. So I'm going to enter, or my craft group, TM, for trainman. So as a brakeman, that's what you want to know, that information. And you press enter, and this is all the jobs that are planned to go spare, or they don't have people assigned for the next, looks like maybe 14 hours. If you want to break that down by just road assignments, you can put road, and it'll show you just road. Right now, obviously, everything is just road. There's nothing spare going in the yard. And if we put YD, if there was any yard assignments going spare, it would pull that up for you as well. Next screen, number 13, the trainman spare board with operating windows. So number 13 is generally the one you're going to use. This shows us the different people that are available. If you're in black, you're available to go to work. And if you're in red, you're not. It's got an RP beside your name. It basically means as soon as your window opens, this guy is going to be available for work. Down here, this HT means they're holding turn. And this is the number we're more interested in. this category right here. This shows me that Jody is coming back to work on the 11th at not 3:35 in the morning. They'll be available to go to work. Over here in these columns, it'll tell you if somebody's worked a yard shift. Now, if you've worked a yard shift and you're showing that you're going to be called for the next yard shift, and there's other people available below you that haven't worked the yard, you can ask the crew caller, say, I've already worked my yard, and there's other people available below me that haven't worked the yard, so they should be called before I should be, and they should be moving on. The crew office should be moving on to the next person, getting them to go for a yard, and then you're called out on a road assignment. These different turns here are the different times they're available. So Cody here is in the 12 o'clock time pool, which is the 12, and number 2 means they're the second person in that 12 o'clock time pool. The number 1 person is right here, 12 o'clock time pool, and this is the number 1. And Jade here is the number 4 person in that time pool, and that's how each one goes. The double zeros there, not, that's the midnight time pool, the 18 time pool, the 15 time pool, and so on. The next screen I'll show you is number 26, the Rivers pool. And because this screen shows us everything about the Rivers pool, including the engineers, I don't need to know the engineer information as a conductor. I just put CO in the top here, hit enter, and this gives me a listing of all the engineers. Here's their turn in the Rivers pool. So this is person number 16, person number 40, person number 21. Person at the top, Nick here, is showing they're coming back to work on the 15th at 16:25. So that means basically they're at the top of the board. As soon as they come back to work, they're going to be going to work. The next is obviously the rest, when they're going to be coming back from rest. And then the next group we have here is Braden. He's completely available to go to work. We'll go on to the next screen. And these are all the people that are coming back from Rivers. So this group here, Carter down to Eric, all these guys are already on trains, or they're assigned to a train and they're waiting for their 1 hour, 2 hour call right now, but they're basically on duty and they're coming back to Melville. This next group here, from Barry to Harley, are people that are in Rivers. Barry he's off his rest. These 4 are on rest sitting in Rivers, and Alan here is on the train heading towards Rivers right now, and all these guys are too. These guys are all on their trains heading towards Rivers. Now, if you've arrived in Rivers or before leaving Rivers, you want to know who from Melville is in Rivers. We hit number 28, and again hit CO, and these are all the guys that are sitting in Rivers right now waiting to come home. Number 36, this is our Watrous schedule time pools. So we put that number in and we hit CO because I want to get everything in a nice order here so I can take a better look at it. And this gives me a list of all the guys, their turns within the scheduled time pools. This tells me their start time, their end time for their windows. Here's their rest if they're available to work. So it shows me that Glenn and Gus can be called to work today, and Jeremy will be called after midnight, and these guys are into tomorrow. So they can't be used today, so they won't be available to work today. They're going to be good for tomorrow. The next window I'll show you here is the operating windows, number 38. So we hit 38. And then again, I want to have a cleaned up view of this window. So I hit CO and get conductors, and everybody comes together. And this is similar to the spare board. Shows me their work time, when they can be called to work. What window they're in. These guys are in the 6 o'clock window. Here's the 2 o'clock window, 18 o'clock window, and then the next number shows me Dan is the first guy in the 6 o'clock window. And down here, Mark Lodge is the number 5 guy in the 6 o'clock window. Here's all their operating times. The red means they're not available. The dark color means they are available. And if they are available, can they actually come to work? These guys are holding their turns, so it shows me they're not even available when their window is open right now. Number 40, Melville, Cruz, and Saskatoon. So same thing if you're in Melville and you want to find out who's in Saskatoon before you go there. Here's a listing of everybody. You can kind of scroll through with the F8 key, but if you want to know just the engineer or just the conductors, here again is a list of all the conductors that are there. So right now there's 5 people waiting to go out, so you'll be adding to that list when you get in there. Finally here, I won't go into these last few screens. Number 41 is if you're on the branch pool. We only have 2 guys on the branch pool, so you can go in there and look at it just like the other pools. Here's the 553 assignment, number 45. We also have number 47, the 554 assignment. If we continue on to the next page, we have work train. Sometimes we have a work train where you might have it for a month or so, and the work train pool is set up inside there, tells you who's on the job. And the last one, number 54, is the different yard assignments and who's in them. Thanks for watching CATS, A Beginner's Guide to, and we have an email address here. If you have any questions, feel free to email us.